In my previous video, we looked at how to add new products. So we did that making use of the add product menu. So anytime you add any new product, they go straight into the stock register. So you can always tap on any of those products to see more details about the product. Now, if you want to see additional details concerning the stock levels, you can always go to your product profile and you tap on the product. So you see very important details about the product. So here you're going to find your current cost price, your current selling price. Then most importantly, you're going to see the quantity of available stock. So today's video we are going to see how these available stock are updated in real time. So whenever you make sales of a particular product or whenever you add to an existing stock, so the quantity of available stock will always update in real time. So that is the purpose for today's video. So let's go straight and see how this happens. Now let's see how to make sales for this product. So you go straight to add income. That is where you record all your sales transaction. Now for the date will always be set to the current day. But if you probably want to change the date, maybe sales has been made in a previous day and you forgot to record it, you can always change your date here. Then for income category, you select sales. So once your sales is selected, for the case of customer, it is not compulsory. You can always select a customer, that is if you wish to track your customers, but that is not necessary. Then for products sold, you can always select the item that you're going to be selling here. So once you select products sold, you will see a drop down list of all the products that you are dealing with. So you select the product that you want to sell. Then once the product has been selected, then the description and the product image field are going to be auto-filled. So that is going to make it easier for you not to be filling all the fields. As these are very relevant fields that are going to be auto-filled for you. Now, for quantity sold, you can enter 11 items out of the 50 that you have in stock. Then for unit price, in this case, the amount that you have set in stock register while you were hiding the product. Don't forget that when you were hiding the product, you actually entered the amount that you intend to sell the product. So that amount is going to be auto-filled here. That is going to help you should in case you actually forgot the amount that you intend to sell that product. So this field is going to be auto-filled. And if you wish to change that figure, you want to sell at a different price, you can always change, you can always delete and enter a new figure that you wish. So let's default back to the amount that we entered earlier on. So that field is going to be auto-filled for you, but you can definitely modify it. Now, in the case of discount, you can always enter a discount if you wish to offer a discount for the product. So if you want to go for an amount, so you enter the figure here. If you prefer to go for a percentage discount, you enter the figure here, and the sales is going to be automatically calculated for you. So in this case, we are not dealing with any discounts. So just go straight to payment type, which is cash, showing that the customer has paid for the product. So if you select credit, it simply means that the customer is buying on credit and it is going to tag that customer as a debtor. So we are going to look at that in future videos. So once you have done this, the notes column is not actually necessary. You can actually input something like customer paid for the item. That is an optional field. So then you can save. And once you save, that record is going straight to your sales log. So if you want to see the details of what has been done on that transaction. You just tap this, and once you tap, you will see the details of that transaction. You will see the transaction ID, the date in which the item was sold, the category, the customer that actually bought that product, and all relevant fields. Now, if you come to this part, you will see the cost of goods sold. These parts are important to calculate your profit. So all these fields are automatically calculated for you. You do not need to disturb yourself on all this. You just need to see the details here. So your cost of goods sold, this is the amount you spent in buying the quantity that you have sold. Now, the value of your gross sale and your net sale are going to be the same if discount is not offered for the product. But when discount is offered for the product, then your gross sale is going to be greater than your net sale. So your net sale is going to be determined whether you offer discounts or not. So this is the profit on this specific transaction. So all these feeds are going to be auto updated for you. Now, what this video is particularly about is that we want to see how our stock is updated. Don't forget that earlier on we had 50 items of HP laptop. Let's go straight to look at our stock register. So if you go to your stock register, go to HP laptop, you will see the quantity that you started with, which is 50 items. Now, when you go to your product profile and select HP laptop. Out of the 50 quantities, you will see an available 39 units. So this is the quantity you started with, which is your opening stock, and this is the available quantity that is left after 11 items has been sold. You can see all the details here. This is the total quantity that is sold, which is 11. So you have the value of sales for that particular product in that month. This is the value of the sales, and this is showing you that we now have 39 items left in stock. So that is how stock is updated when sales is made. So let's now assume that on a different date we decided to add more to um, these 39 units that we now have in stock. We want to add more to this unit. So what you do, or the way to do that, is to go straight to your add stock menu. That is the difference between adding products and adding stock. So your add product is meant for you to add brand new products to your business, while the add stock is meant for you to update existing stocks. Now, we want to update our stock of HP laptop. So you select update existing stock. So once that is selected, you have an ID generated for you for that particular stock transaction. You select the product A, which is HP laptop. Then this field is optional. If you feel you want to enter the supplier name, you can enter it here. Now, here you enter the amount you intend to add to stock. Let's assume we are adding 22 to the stock, and your unit cost price and your unit selling price here will be auto-filled. So this is where you are going to determine whether you want to change your cost price and your selling price. Don't forget that the prices of your product can always change over time. So when you added the product, this is the amount you bought it. Now let's assume that when you are restocking the product, the price changed. Once the price change, then the unit cost price here is going to change, and the unit selling price is also going to change. And that is now going to determine your current cost price and your current selling price under your product profile. So we are going to come to that later on. So let's proceed to the main focus of this particular video, which is updating stocks. So you select cash here to indicate that you paid for the product, and the next thing is to save. Once you save, that item is going straight to stock purchase log. So once you check on this, you will see the details of that product. You will see the details of that particular transaction. This is the quantity that was added. 22 items was added. Now we now want to check on. Don't forget that for that particular product of HP laptop, after selling 11 items, we have 39 in stock. Now that 22 has been added, let's now see what is going to happen under our product profile. Go to product profile, select HP laptop, and go straight to check the quantity of available stock. When you see the quantity of available stock, you will now discover that it has now increased to 61. Now let's take a look at these details. Now we have opening stock here to be 50. We have the total quantity added for the month. So within the month of January, within that month of January, we added 22 items. Then we sold 11 items, and the available stock is now 61 units. So this is exactly how your stock is updated. So in future videos, I am going to show you how your current cost price, your current selling price, how they are updated whenever you are restocking your items, and the prices of this item has now been changed in future. So we're going to see how this current cost price and current selling price, how they are updated, so that you can always know the new price of the product, no matter how much the product that you are dealing with, no matter how much they are. You are going to have a dedicated record for them for each of the products, and it is going to make it very, very easy for you to identify, when the price of a particular product has changed, and when you are sticking to the old price. Now, don't forget that anytime you are recording anything on your app, it is always important for you to sync. So the purpose for you syncing is to update on all your devices. Don't forget that you can always make use of this app either on your laptop, your desktop, or your mobile devices, whether your tablet or your mobile phone. So once you sync here, it is going to update on all your devices, and whatever that you have here, whatever you have on your desktop is exactly what you are going to see on all your devices after you have synced your details. So this is all about this video. So don't forget to like and subscribe for more business tips in running your business very, very smoothly. I wish you the very best. Thanks so much, and God bless you.